Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super pumped for today's video because one, I came up with the idea for it and I was super proud of myself for doing that, and two, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, which is copper and copper to pink shifting duochromes. I don't know if you've been around my channel a lot, but if you haven't, then let me introduce you to Mariam. Mariam loves duochromes. Duochromes are my kryptonite. Whenever I find a new indie brand in particular, because let's face it, mainstream brands don't really do duochromes all that often, but whenever I come across new indie brand, I'm not going to buy the green and the purple and the blue. Well, maybe I am, but mostly I'm going to focus on the duochromes because those are my favorites. Those are pretty much my standard for how I'm going to like an indie company or not. If they show beautiful pictures of their duochromes on the website, but that doesn't really translate to how they look like in real life, I'm likely never going to purchase again. However, if they blow my socks off with their duochromes, you'd bet I'm going to buy more. So, with that being said, I figured I'm going to do a video where I focus on my favorite type of duochrome, which is copper and copper to pink shifting duochromes, because I don't know, it was a while back when I discovered that I have a thing going on with things. There might be a better way to say this. I discovered that I have very strong feelings for shit that has copper duochrome, and since then I've been basically collecting things that are either copper to red or copper shifting pink, and luckily brands have been coming out, both mainstream and indie, with products that shift in that particular direction. So I have a bunch of products that I want to show you, and they're not only eyeshadows, but there's also face products in there, and I don't know what it is about products that shift copper to red or copper to pink that really excites me so much. Maybe it just flatters my skin tone and I like how it looks on me, and that's the reason why I like it so much. But anyway, without further rambling, I'm just going to jump right into the products that I want to talk about and the swatches, and I'm going to start off with the eyeshadows because those were the very first products with the copper duochrome that I discovered that I like so much. And I want to preface this by apologizing that 3 out of the 4 products that I'm going to show you were either limited edition or have been discontinued in the meantime, unfortunately. Why does that always happen? The best products get discontinued? I don't know. I'm sure that if you scroll around indie companies, because there's so many nowadays, you're definitely going to find similar products. So don't worry that you're not going to be able to find something similar to it. It's just that those were the products that got me into really liking copper duochromes, and I wanted to share them with you. So the very first product that I ever purchased that had a copper duochrome and that got me really excited was an eyeshadow from Darling Girl that unfortunately has been discontinued, and that is the shade Silly Sea Lion. Silly Sea Lion is one of the most beautiful neutral eyeshadows that you can ever imagine. If you look at it like this in the pan, you're not going to be able to see the duochrome, nor are you going to be able to appreciate how gorgeous it is. But I am going to swatch her for you. And hopefully you will be able to tell what a beautiful shade that is. So this is a swatch for Silly Sea Lion, and like I said, it's one of the most beautiful neutrals because it has that unassuming taupey greyish type of base, and then when you put it on your lids, especially over glitter glue, the copper duochrome comes to life and it's stunning. The next eyeshadow is also from Darling Girl, and that one might still be around, but I want to say it's been discontinued just so I don't get your hopes up, and that is Frankenstein. Frankenstein has a little bit more of that coppery red duochrome that I was referring to earlier, because copper red to peachy pink is really what I'm talking about. And same as with Silly Sea Lion, it looks like a really boring taupey brown if you look at it just like that in the jar, if you could even see anything in the jar, like this. And if you put it on your eyelids over a glitter base, again, because all of these work primarily if you put them over glitter base, you see the beautiful shift coming to life, and it is absolutely stunning. This is another one of those neutrals that I really enjoy because they have a nice little twist to them. So that is Frankenstein. Next two eyeshadows that I want to talk about with a copper duochrome are both from Notoriously Morbid, and they are more on the colorful side. So the Darling Girl shadows were neutrals with a twist, and these are really colors with a twist. And the first one, and my absolute favorite Notoriously Morbid eyeshadow of all time, the one that really got me into a love affair with Notoriously Morbid, is Your Total is 666. Blah, blah, blah. It's a tongue twister. Sorry, I can't say it. And this is a gorgeous dollar green kind of shade with a very strong copper duo. This eyeshadow is stunning. And this is the only eyeshadow from the bunch that I can make you happy with, because this eyeshadow was recently brought back by Notoriously Morbid. It was discontinued and she brought it back very, very recently in her semi-loose formula. So if you are interested in Your Total is 60... Whoa, I can't say it. So if you're interested in Your Total, then you can definitely get it, because it is currently available from Notoriously Morbid. Ugh, I love that eyeshadow. You definitely have to put this eyeshadow over a glitter base to really appreciate the copper duo, but the combination of the duo and base color is just so beautiful. The next one, unfortunately, has not been discontinued, but it was part of a Vanishing Cabinet collection. I hope that maybe someday Carrie will bring this eyeshadow back, because it is gorgeous. This is Enticing Elba, which refers to the gorgeous man Idris Elba, and it was part of a collection called All the Man I Can't Have. This is a beautiful cornflower blue, again with a copper duochrome. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but you know, they all have a copper duochrome, so... This is a swatch for Enticing Elba. This eyeshadow is so beautiful. I wish it was a permanent shade. I'm so scared that someday I will run out of it and I will never be able to find a replacement. I have only one more product that is meant for the eyes, but I'm pretty sure you can probably use it all over your body if you want, because that's what it's called. And that is the Inglot Body Sparkle in the number 54. I recently used this in a tutorial. I've kind of forgotten about all of my Inglot products, and a friend of mine came and she kind of dug this one out from one of my drawers, and then I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I not using this all the time? So I've been using it for a week straight since I found it. But this is the Inglot 54 Body Sparkle. I think maybe in the lid it's a little bit more visible, the beautiful duochrome that this thing is. Because in the jar you can't really see it much. It's just a white base packed with coppery sparkles. This is a swatch for it right here. I really hope you can see it. So, these are all the eyeshadows with a copper duochrome that I absolutely love. Alright, and now let's move on to the face products, and by face products I just mean highlighters basically, because I don't really think I have a lipstick with a copper duochrome, which, makeup companies, could you please make a lipstick with a copper duochrome, because that would be pretty sweet. So, the first highlighter I want to mention is one that I have talked about like a broken record for the past probably a year, because I mentioned it in my favorites videos a lot of times, and that is the Makeup Geek duochrome highlighter in the shade Psychedelic. Psychedelic has the most beautiful, like, coppery red shift to it. Let's see if I can find an angle to show you this gorgeous thing. Oh my god, do you see that shift? This highlighter is also permanent, or at least it hasn't been discontinued to my knowledge. It is one of my favorite products of all time. It is so pretty. Look at that beautiful shift. The next highlighter I want to mention is from Devinah Cosmetics, and it is called Zion, like this. It's Zion or Zion, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this highlighter has a very similar shift to the one from Makeup Geek. However, the one from Makeup Geek is just a hair more subtle. This is a swatch for Zion. So you can see that the shift is just a little bit stronger and the effect is more prominent. I am actually wearing Zion today on my eyes as a brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight, and on my face. And I think it is absolutely stunning. I do have another highlighter from Devinah as well, and I'm going to talk about it in an upcoming video, but definitely highly recommend, and I'm pretty sure it was cheaper than the Makeup Geek highlighter. Then the next two I want to talk about are both from Anastasia. We're going to talk about the Aurora again, guys. I can't do anything about it. I am obsessed with this highlighter palette. However, the shade I want to mention today is this one over here. It is called Spectra. Spectra is just like the other two highlighters. It has kind of like a peachy pink base, and it shifts copper to pink. It is beautiful. And then, just because I can't help myself, I'm going to swatch Lyra for you as well. Lyra is more of a peach shifting pink, but I think it's in the same vein, so I do want to mention it because it is absolutely beautiful. Look at that shift, oh my god. Another highlighter I want to mention is the one that came with the Sugar Glow Kit. The Sugar Glow Kit was the Christmas edition from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and the reason I bought it is for these two highlighters over here, Stardust, was it? No, Starburst and Gumdrop. I already have these two in another glow kit. I know it's really stupid, but I did get this one in half price, so at least that. But I am actually obsessed with this one over here, which is called Gumdrop. Gumdrop has a little bit of also that like peachy base and a very strong copper to pink duo to it. It is beautiful. I think I said beautiful like 15 times already, but look how stunning that is. That is a little bit more of a copper to pink shift rather than a true copper shift, but like I said, I still think it's in the same line, the same vein, so I did want to mention it. And the last highlighter I wanted to show you is I Burn, I Pine, I Perish from Notoriously Morbid. Again, excuse me, this is a highlighter that was limited edition. This is the pressed version, and the reason I want to mention this is it's more of a pink to red to copper shift rather than a true copper shift. But you know, in my opinion, it's still in that same family and I wanted to mention it. So that this is a swatch for I Burn, I Pine, I Perish. Those are the swatches of all the face products. I would highly recommend each and every one of these. Of course, you don't have to own all of them because that's just fucking retarded, but I love my copper to pink to red to peach duochrome, so I just need to own all of them. That being said, if there is a copper duochrome eyeshadow or highlighter that's missing in my collection, please, for the love of sweet baby Jesus, let me know so that I can buy it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!